Let me walk you through what the threat landscape actually looks like in April 2026, because it is fundamentally different from what most people think cybersecurity means. Most people picture a hacker as someone sitting in a dark room, manually trying passwords. That image is outdated by about a decade. Today's AI-powered attacks are automated, personalized, and running at scale, targeting millions of people simultaneously with attacks that feel deeply personal. The first major threat, AI phishing. Phishing attacks, fraudulent emails or messages designed to steal your credentials, are up over 4,000% since 2023. The reason is AI. Traditional phishing was easy to spot because it was generic. Dear customer, your account has been compromised. Bad grammar, weird formatting, suspicious links. AI-generated phishing is none of those things. It knows your name, it knows where you work, it knows who your boss is, what projects you're on, and what you talked about on LinkedIn last week. It writes in perfect English, matches the tone of real corporate communications, and arrives at exactly the right moment. Gartner's 2026 cybersecurity report found that 94% of security professionals now say AI is the primary driver of new attack sophistication. The percentage of organizations that can even detect AI-generated phishing has barely moved. Most people still click. How it works. Attackers use AI scrapers to pull your public data. LinkedIn, company websites, social media. A language model synthesizes that data into a hyper-personalized message. The message is sent. You click. You're compromised. What you do about it, you stop trusting context alone. If an email asks you to click a link or enter credentials, even if it looks completely legitimate, you go directly to the website instead of clicking through. Every time, no exceptions, this single habit blocks the majority of AI phishing attacks. The second threat, deepfake voice and video fraud. The Hong Kong case I opened with is not an edge case, it is the preview. In 2026, real-time voice cloning costs less than $30 a month on commercially available tools. All an attacker needs is 3 to 5 seconds of your voice, available from any public video, voicemail, or social media clip, and they can generate a clone that is indistinguishable from you in a live phone call. The scams this enables, a grandparent scam where your grandmother hears your voice saying you've been arrested and need bail money wired immediately, a CEO fraud where a company's finance team hears the CEO authorize an emergency wire transfer, a bank verification call where you hear what sounds exactly like your bank's customer service representative asking for your account details. The FBI reported a 300% increase in voice cloning fraud complaints in 2025 alone. What you do about it? Establish a voice code with your immediate family. A single word that only you know. If any family member calls asking for money urgently and can't say the word, hang up. For business, implement a callback verification policy. Any request over a certain dollar threshold requires a callback to a known number before approval. The third threat, AI-powered password cracking. Traditional brute force attacks tried passwords one at a time. AI password cracking is fundamentally different. It uses language models trained on billions of leaked passwords to predict what your specific password probably is, based on patterns humans use when choosing passwords. Passcan, a publicly available AI tool, can crack 51% of common passwords in under a minute. Passwords with fewer than 12 characters and no special characters are cracked almost instantly. The password you think is clever because it uses a word with numbers substituted? The AI has seen that pattern millions of times. What you do about it? Use a password manager. 1Password and Bitwarden are both excellent. To generate and store truly random passwords of 16 characters or more for every account, then enable two-factor authentication everywhere, preferably using an authenticator app rather than SMS. The fourth threat, AI-enabled account takeovers. Once attackers have one piece of data, your email, your phone number, a password from an old breach, AI automates the process of trying that data across thousands of services simultaneously to find where you reused it. This is called credential stuffing, and AI has made it extremely fast and nearly undetectable. What you do about it? Never reuse passwords. Use a unique password for every account. If you've been in any data breach, check haveabeenpawned.com to find out. Change every password that uses the same pattern as the one that leaked. The 5-tool setup that genuinely protects you in 2026. I want to be practical here. Most cybersecurity advice is either too technical or assumes you have an IT department. This is for regular people. Tool 1, a password manager. 1Password or Bitwarden costs $5 a month. Generates and stores unique strong passwords for every site. One master password to remember. This is the single highest ROI security decision most people can make. Tool 2, a VPN, NordVPN or Mullvad, encrypts your internet traffic on public networks. Costs about $8 a month. Essential if you ever use coffee shop, Wi-Fi, airport networks, or hotel internet. Tool 3, an authenticator app. Google Authenticator, or Authy Free, replaces SMS-based two-factor authentication, which can be intercepted. Every important account, email, banking, social media should use this. Tool 4, Malwarebytes, runs in the background, catches AI-generated malware that traditional antivirus misses. About $40 a year. Tool 5, Google Advanced Protection, or Apple's lockdown mode if you're at high risk. If you're a business owner, executive, or hold significant financial assets online, this is worth the extra friction. Total cost, about $15 to $20 a month. That is less than one streaming subscription to protect your financial accounts, your identity, and your personal data from tools that cost attackers the same amount to run. What to do if you've already been hit? If you've clicked a phishing link, change your email password immediately, check your account for forwarding rules you didn't set up, enable two-factor authentication, and check your connected apps for anything you don't recognize. If you've been a victim of voice cloning fraud, report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at IC3.gov and your bank immediately. Time matters. Some wire transfers can be recalled in the first 24-72 hours. If you think your accounts have been compromised, run a breach check at haveabeenpwned.com. Use your password manager to generate new passwords for every affected account, and enable login notifications on every important service. The reality of AI-powered cybercrime in 2026 is that the attacks are more convincing than ever, but the defenses are also available and affordable for everyone. The gap is not technology, it's awareness and setup time. The 5 tools I just walked through take about 2 hours to set up properly. 2 hours of your time is cheap insurance against losing everything in a single AI-generated phone call. Links to everything I mentioned are in the description. And if you're wondering what other AI tools are worth knowing about in 2026, that video is next in the queue. Subscribe so you see it when it drops.